scores for it. The score is 9.6.
I'm upping it to 9.4.
9.4?
9.2.
Oh, I have to do calculations.
No, you
then.
don't. Just
9.4.
Make it
just up it.
goes up
by
like
2 points.
2.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll just give it 2 points after. Okay. Anyway. So on that note, 9.6 for me, 9.4 for him.
Oh God. Just go play this game.
Mine are just substantially.
Gameplay, it's really simple and yet very complex at the same time.
It's so like I don't know. Being a platformer whore that I am, I enjoy platformers in general, and this, my friend, is a great platformer. It's innovative. I know I hate that word. Most gamers nowadays hate that word too.
Stupid
because
word.
people who try to innovate end up either killing their game or killing a series or
killing an innovation.
Yeah, killing an innovation.
Just making it like, this would have been cool if you had done it right.
Yeah, exactly. And basically what happens is this game is based around time. All the different in every world you have a different way you can manipulate time, and although that sounds overdone in previous things, Blinks, Prince of Persia, it starts out and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna reverse time now, and yeah, that's cool. But
it starts out with the same mechanic as Prince of Persia, where if you die, you can reverse time, so you don't
have to reverse time. Yeah. You can't die. You literally cannot die.
If you get hit and you're like fall down, then the game reverses.
The game. No, it doesn't reverse. You just freeze.
It just sits there.
It just sits
there. It does
there.
nothing. It doesn't go to like a game over screen. It doesn't do anything else. It just stops, and then you reverse yourself and you try again.
Yeah, and yeah, I just enjoy the mechanics of this entire thing because they came up with all these things that no one should come up with. Like it's just one of those games that you're like I don't, because you wouldn't even say it's one of those games that you had to be high when you made it, because like you couldn't be high when you made this. Just how brilliant it is. It's just
like the game, like the time mechanic stretches as far as like from the very beginning where you can only rewind time to a point where you can manipulate time, but there is a section of the screen that is unaffected by time manipulation.
Or that you have, say you have your character, you move. Then rewind time, and you stay there. A shadow of you forms, in which moves and does what you did in the previous time.
And you can just do so many crazy things with this.
It's insanity. They force you to do crazy things. It's a puzzle platformer that will just blow your mind in many different ways. Like, you will not know what you're doing, you will get very angry with it, but every time you beat a puzzle, you will be so satisfied. Like, there is no satisfaction like beating this game.
I'm looking at the scores I gave it, and I must have been drunk or something when I was doing this. I don't know what... Okay, I'm not going to give it a score based on everything, I'm just giving it overall after this.
Okay.
Because the scores are stupid.
Well, just give me a new score.
A new score?
His won't be an accurate score.
Yeah, mine will not be an accurate score.
Mine is an averaged one, his won't be. Because
I give this 8.7.
Okay. That's good.
Because it's sweet.
It's up there. And I gave it an 8.5. Yeah.
It's...
It is kind of temperamental.
I don't know.
It's not really.
It can be. Like,
it can be temperamental, but not enough to the point that it can ruin the experience.
Yeah. Like, it can act up briefly, but it won't, like, frustrate you. Like, some things...
It's like Demon Souls, like we were talking about. It's one of those games that you keep, like, say you are one of the people who suck at it. You keep dying over and over again, and yet, for some reason, you have this strange satisfaction from getting past a certain point and continuing on.
And if you're, like... If you're smart about it, if you stop and look at each puzzle, like, objectively before you just rush into
it doesn't matter.
And, and there's a crazy after part of the story, like, that just throws you into throws a huge curveball that you have to figure it out yourself. I don't want to say that, like, this game is...
Check this sky. Okay, when you beat the game, you'll end up walking back out onto this bridge. Then it'll be the main menu, and you have to walk back over into your apartment. When you walk over, on the next part of the bridge, look in the sky. That's all I have to say.
the satisfaction of figuring this game out for yourself. Although I did have like a few nudges from my friend where I played at his house.
I figured it out myself. Like, well, except for the...
No, I figured out the puzzle
Except for the
start. I figured out.
Oh.
I got nudged for the stars.
Oh.
There are stars and just.
Insane.
Just yeah, the satisfaction of being able to do it yourself, even if you need like a little push from a friend or a short video. Just don't watch it all.
Yeah, don't watch it all.
Don't spoil this for yourself because there's so much satisfaction in beating this game that it's amazing.
Yeah. And moving on, we have
Graphics.
In this game, graphically, although people would argue with me, I'm sure, it's another way that you can improve this game's art. It pulls off the whole
Simple but amazing.
Yeah,
like simple but beautiful.
It's
less is more.
It's very smooth. Everything is smooth moving and everything.
Yeah.
Like the way he moves and everything. It's just really nice and stuff.
Never
It's not clunky. It's frame by frame drawn or painted rather. I think, and everything looks like a watercolor paint. Not a watercolor, more like an oil painting. I guess would be a better word for it. Everything, and it just looks amazing. And another thing I'm gonna add onto the graphics deal is the composition of like the musical composition, which was amazing.
Oh my god, the music was so good for this
game. The music
game.
was just you'll start off this game and it makes you so happy, just listening to the music alone, and
then you play the game and then you're like, ah.
Yeah. It's an amazing game. Like the graphics, it's just everything just ties together so well, and I can't even say much more about it.
This game is $10 on PSN and Xbox.
No, $10 on XBLA, 15 on PC and PSN.
Oh, okay.
And
I know that.
well, it's older on XBLA.
Yeah,
so.
it is. Okay, that makes sense. And like it was on sale for a little while.
So it just recently came out for PC, which is why we're doing this review. We thought we'd go back to it and do it for those of you who haven't played it because it's such a special title to us.
Yeah, it's
literally.
This is one of those games that should
be remembered.
Yeah, it's a very memorable game. Like people are gonna talk like if you hear some kid talking about it 10 years from now, you're like, it should bring back the memories of what happened in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it should just make you think.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this game is about. It's about thinking. Think.
Yeah.
Use your noggin.
It's funny.
That's what it's there for.
It's better. It's funny because it's better to have bad memories about a game than good memories.
Yeah, because if you have good memories about a game and then you go back and play it, then you're always disappointed.
Yeah.
And
then when you have bad memories about a game and you go back and play it, then you're like, oh,
man,
life's so much better
awesome.
now.
Like if you've played a shooter game on this like generation of console or the last generation of console, for argument's sake, and then you go back and play GoldenEye, which in its day was an amazing game.
Yeah.
Then you go back and play it, and it's like, man, this is like the worst game ever.
Yeah.
Your eyes like melt out of their sockets because it looks terrible. But I don't know.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, and the gameplay is heavy and bad.
There's no two-stick control.
And if you were smart, you learned to like strafe.
Not that we're bashing it at all.
No.
Like I would go back and play it still.
Like I loved this game when I was a kid, but if you were smart and you learned to strafe with the C buttons,
yeah,
because you moved so much faster that way.
But anyway, moving on to our overalls, I gave this game. I will give this game a bit higher.
You were giving this game a 9 point.
Although statistically I'm giving this game a 9. I want to give it a 9. Like I would give this game much higher out of my opinion. But statistically it's 9.
Yes, objectively it is like a solid 9 to 9.2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Subjectively, on my opinion, this game is like a 9.5.